Hi, you just finished your presentation. How was it? You talked about creativity. What is creativity in entertainment business, in your field of industry?
Yeah, right. Being Swedish, of course, I presented sort of a creative smorgasbord for the audience, and it's mostly based on my traveling to recent big events, like the Olympic Games in South Korea, the Winter Olympic Games, and also from a big marketing and lifestyle conference in Austin, Texas, called South by Southwest. So that's where I sort of picked out my cherries from trend spotting of creative solutions. So it was everything from like small technical gadgets like the virtual reality DJ to the first robot espresso bar, etc., to brands doing brand statements and brands with purposes within marketing.
How is it to work internationally, not only in Sweden but all over the world? How is it? You have to travel a lot, fly a lot. How do you divide your private time and your work time with your family and co-workers?
Yeah, fortunately I don't travel that much, but not as much as I used to do anyway. But it's all about planning and having a good nanny for the kids and a wife that is not too angry. But she travels a lot also, by the way. I mean, working international, it's the world is getting smaller. The world is coming together, and really, usually when I travel to other cities like Stockholm. And to be honest, many of the people when I come to Austin or New York or London or Berlin or Tallinn, people think very much the same. They drink almost the same coffee and they eat almost the same lunch. So the world is getting smaller. Of course, we have our cultural differences, but if you look from sort of an urban context where we do most of the marketing, the world is very similar, at least the Western world. When we go to like Asia, China, especially China, it's quite different. But otherwise we are very similar, almost a bit boring similar sometimes, I think.
If we get boring, and then what happens next? You said it doesn't matter where do you stay or live, in Sweden or Berlin or Asia, we drink almost the same coffee, same food. So what next? What is the next level of creativity or the next trends when we think alike?
Very good question. I think one strong trend coming up is being more unique, I would say, because today when we go to a shopping mall in Tallinn or Stockholm or London or Cape Town, you find the same brands almost. And I think people, they are looking for unique experiences when it comes to shopping or experiencing brands or going to events. They want something unique, something that perhaps money can't buy. So that we will see a lot more of, I think, finding these unique experiences.
You said the world is getting more and more smaller, but what about digitalization? We have Skype, we can call wherever we want, whenever we want. What next? If it gets smaller, maybe one day we don't need to even travel anymore. We can do everything virtually.
It's possible. It's possible, but humans will always be humans. And I mean, shaking a hand for real and actually seeing, like you and I do, meeting face to face, looking each other's eyes, it will be hard to replace with artificial intelligence or robots or whatever. I mean, flesh and blood and humans. That will be our strength and our weakness for a very long time to go, I think.
Did you had some expectations for today in this Baltic For Events forum?
I thought it would be interesting to meet colleagues from the industry, from the Baltic area, but also from Poland, Germany, and it's striking how similar we are. We are much more similar now than 10 years ago. So it's, we are part of the same big event and experiential family, I would say. And we all work with more or less the same brands, same type of companies. Yeah.
Is it your first time in this Baltic For Events?
Yes, it's my first time.
First time. So, and what do you think? You're coming back
I
next
will
year?
definitely come back, definitely. I mean, it's great for networking and I've already met some really creative colleagues here and exchanged a lot of business card and LinkedIn connections.
Nice one.
So yeah, I will definitely come back.
You said in the future business must be more unique, but if we don't speak about the uniqueness, what are the new challenges in this entertainment industry or business area if we don't think you have to be unique, but maybe you have some new idea because you talked about creativity?
Yes, I think the biggest challenge is to get the target group to actually care of what we want to say to them, because they are usually in very stressful environment. They have, especially in the urban areas, people don't have so much time to actually take in new ideas or listen to new brands, or they are stuck in their old habits. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges working with marketing, events or whatever, is to actually get the attention of a potential customer and consumers. That's a really big challenge, and I unfortunately don't have the recipe for that. If I had that, I wouldn't be here. I would be having my own island in the Pacific somewhere.
It's not so easy as it looks.
Exactly.
What would you like to say new participants who have never participate in Baltic For Events, why they should come here, listen to speakers?
I think it's the network, and I mean we are part of the same region, the Nordic Baltics, Northern Europe, and I think it's important to know what your neighbors are doing, and we need, from my point of view, I often need help from colleagues and friends in our region when we work with like Nordic Baltic companies, like Nordea Banking, for instance. They are all over our region, and I need a person I can trust. I can call quickly in Tallinn or Riga or Vilnius or Helsinki or wherever. So that's, I think the networking is number one for me.